Hey, Mama, do you hear the music?
Praise God.
Mama Love, I can keep going with some music if you like.
Yeah, that second song, that's what I usually, two songs just to let everybody join us. Good morning.
Did you send me songs? Because I didn't see them.
I did.
You did?
Uh, huh.
Hmm.
Let me make sure.
I'll check again.
Email. Let me look. Then let's see. Uh-huh. I did.
To Adande, is she Adande?
Hmm.
Which email?
I don't know. Let me look. I think it was Spirit Rising. Uh, Let me see. It doesn't say here. Let's see. Spirit Rising at Empower Institute. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, baby. And it looks like you can play both one and two because they're not that long. We'll just see.
Got it. Yes, ma'am.
Got it? Okay. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. Don't know how, but you did it. Made a way. Standing here, not knowing how we'll get through this test. Holding on to faith, you know that.
And Dante, we're not getting any sound.
Was trying to play the video, but I'm just gonna play the song.
Yeah. Good. Because, well, that's another story.
Just give me 1 second. Let me gear it back up.
All right.
Made a way. Don't know how, but you did it. Made a way. Standing here, not knowing how we'll get through this test, but holding on to faith, you know best. Nothing can catch you by surprise. You got this figured out, and you're watching us now. And when it looks as if we can't win, wrap us in your arms and step in. And everything we need you supply. You got this in control, and now we know that you made our way. When our backs were against the wall, and it looked as if it was over, you made our way. And we're standing here only because you made a way. You made a way. And now we're here, looking back on where we come from. Because of you and nothing we've done to deserve the love and mercy you show. But your grace was strong enough to pick us up, and you made a way. When our backs were against the wall, and it looked as if it was over, Lord, you made a way. And we're standing here, only because you made a way. When our backs were against the wall, and it looked as if it was over, Lord, you made a way. And we're standing here, only because you made a way. And you move mountains, you cause walls to fall with your power. Don't know how. Don't know. We'll wait on you. Everybody's moving. Everyone is going somewhere. With everything they're trying just to make it to a place where I am not there. But when the noise is over, still a small voice you will hear. I hope that you believe me when I tell you that I will handle all of your cares. Just wait on me and be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Just trust and know that I am God, and I'm in control. I am still God. Oh, 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 oh. Chasing your ambitions. Try your best to be the next star. But if it's the attention that you really want, then I already know who you are, and I love you that way. But when the noise is over, a still small voice you will hear. Get to where I'm calling you, calling you, calling you. Just give me your faith and be still. Wait on me, be still.
Good Sunday morning. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Carolyn. Good morning, Samantha. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, Eileen. Oh, I am just so joyful to be with you here this morning in this sacred container, this circle of love that we gather in hopes and expectation of liberation, transformation, restoration. Yeah, it's so much that this container holds for all of us. I look forward to this time of peace and love, wholeness and abundance. And it is here where we gather to raise our vibration, to expand our consciousness, and to connect with our divine source in which we live, move, and have our being. Spirit, spirit. In this sacred space, we say yes. We say yes to awakening. We say yes to moving along the path of healing, the path of expanded consciousness and awareness. For spirit is forever expressing itself freely and fully in magnificent, powerful ways in us, through us, for us, and in all of creation. Welcome back, my daughters. Welcome back. This is the magic of Spirit Rising. Welcome back. I am just, you don't know the hell I caught getting here this morning. I mean, it was one thing after another. And just before 11 o'clock, I got a call and I was like, oh my goodness, what next? But here we are. Here we are. Yes, God made a way, and I am so thankful. So thankful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Carolyn. Oh, it's so good to see each and every one of you. I hope you had a Merry Christmas and Christmas Eve with family and friends, and um, Hanukkah for anyone who celebrated the Festival of Lights. And today is Kwanzaa's principal emoji. Is uh, what is it, daughter Rebecca? What is it? Um,
Ujima.
Ujima. Ujima. Collective community responsibility. Yes, I need to get that together. It's probably somewhere in these notes, but I haven't looked at my script. I'm just flying off the cuff, just flying off the cuff. Just so thankful to be here. And with that said, I would like for us to just kind of drop into our spirit, um, get grounded, and connect to that spirit that is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipotent, the creator of all things good, perfect, and whole. Let us take a deep breath and we settle our minds releasing all worldly concerns and cares, opening our hearts and minds to spirit that is eternal with no beginning and no ending, the great I am. Let us pray. Mother eternal, creator of all things, good and very good, the source of light and breath, the keeper of seasons and souls. We gather at this threshold. Behind us, the year 2025 that has shaped us with its joys and its grief, its lessons and its letting go. Before us, the new year, 2026, not yet written, tender and full of possibilities. During the winter solstice, we passed through the longest night, not as an absence, but as a womb for that which is growing, waiting for gestation in our lives, in our communities, in the world at large. A sacred dark where roots grow deep, where rest is holy, and where transformation is unseen. May we be present in this liminal space, not rushing forward, not clinging backwards, not listening for clarity, but listening for clarity and wisdom that comes in pause and rest. Bless this circle, this sacred circle of love, of spiritual companions. Bless our reflections, our silence, and our sharing. May we cross this threshold with intention, with courage, and with trust in the light that grows even when we cannot see it. We invite all bright and well-being ancestors to guide us and journey with us and hold us in their hearts and in their prayers as they have done for decades and centuries and millennial. Amen. Ashe. And so it begins. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You know, I think I love our check-ins because I don't get to see many of you during the weekend. We don't talk on the telephone. So this is how I kind of keep my finger on the pulses of your lives and what's going on. And so for our check-in today, I mean, we always have choices. I'm not limiting you to anything but what is resonant with you at this time. But I just wanted to query What would you like to unfold in your life during 2026? Is it a healing? Maybe a breakthrough? Perhaps a leveling up to the best expression of who you are? An undimming of your light? Maybe you need to trust, or you want to trust a little bit more, that the universe will lead you to exactly where you should be. If none of that resonates with you, what's in your heart? How are you arriving this morning? How did you experience spirit this week? Take a moment, reflect, and unmute yourself as spirit nudges you to respond. Spirit is always calling.
Mama Love, would you repeat the question that you asked so I can put it in the chat and we can hold it?
Sure,
Sure.
sure. What would you like to unfold in your life during 2026? Is it a healing? Maybe a breakthrough? Perhaps a leveling up to the best expression of who you are? Undimming your light? Trusting a little bit more that the universe will lead you to exactly where you need to be? Or, as we usually default to, the question of how did you experience spirit this week? And how are you arriving? How's your heart?
Jump in. Um, and I won't speak to the bigger question, Mama J, because I don't think I have answers to that yet. But I am, yeah, just as a check-in, I'm like still inside of Christmas family time, and it's a lot of it. I feel like I have like three immediate families between like my parents and my partner's family. Anyway, so I'll just say that my immediate arrival is like really glad to be here because I want to be inside of this reflection and I want to focus myself and my energy and find my deeper self as I move into the new year. And that can feel hard amidst like being around a lot of people and doing this and that. So I'm just glad. I didn't even remember. I'm so in like another zone that I didn't even remember it was Sunday. And I just like, and then I did. And I was like, oh, it's Spirit Rising is happening. I can get up back. So this just feels supportive for me to step away from the group and like get my own time and space to be, yeah, with my people and my heart. And yeah, I want to lean into these reflections around the new year. So glad to be here with everyone today.
Glad you're here, Lizzie. It's always good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, hear your voice in this space. You know, I can speak to having 3 or 4 families at one time, especially growing up, or my young adult days when my parents divorced and I had to go to my father's, to my mother's, to my maternal grandmother, to my paternal grandmother, to my great aunt. It was, yeah, it can be emotionally and physically exhausting, but we love them and we get through it. And in many ways, we're better off for all of that love and familiar uh, connection. Yes. A little tired. Yeah, but trying to practice endurance. Yeah. I didn't get the other part. Let me see where that is. Oh, I don't like dealing with this tech stuff. Practice endurance and gratitude. Yes, gratitude. Gratitude to get you through. Just being thankful. Who else would like to share? What would you like to unfold in your life during 2026? Or how are you arriving? What's on your heart?
There's much to my list, but in an effort to keep it simple and
No,
get to the things that matter the most.
yeah. But Rebecca, we don't expect simple from you. So just come on with it, daughter. Just come on with it.
Well, to your question of what I want to unfold in my life in 26. I love your language about a leveling up. And so for me, a leveling up of my love of self, and my service to humanity. It's an interesting thing how both of those things are paired, um, are paired for me. But I feel big energy that's expansive and supportive of the world that is becoming, that is emerging, and that's really deep and supportive of my precious well-being. And I feel both of those energies simultaneously. Um, I'd also say I am in the movement of the God within. It's the gravitational center of my life, and that's a. It's always been foundational. I've never been confused about that. But I think what I'm talking about is the alignment of my consciousness with um, with and as the God within. And so I'm really talking about collapsing the dichotomies and the what results in a kind of distance between my ordinary consciousness and what I perceive to be sacred and divine, and that's perception. So I'm clear that that's a matter of perception and not a material fact. So I am centering the God within in my consciousness. Um, Also in 26, a more full self expression as a wisdom keeper. And so there's a lot to share and learn and um, reflect on, and offer. And I'm not as I'm not yet clear about the delivery mechanisms, but I feel an imperative to turn up the volume on um, on what spirit is sharing with me, what my own indwelling divinity understands to be true for my own processing and experience, but also to share. Um, and then more presence with my family. My children are of a particular age. And I don't have, well, I have forever in the grand scheme of things, but developmentally, they are transitioning into other stages. And my oldest, you know, is in high school and all the things. And this is a special time in their becoming. And there's some ways that I want to sit with that in them in their unfolding as they prepare for the world and life beyond, mom and dad, and yeah, life beyond mom and dad. And increasingly, their peers and other things become much more impactful and influential on their thoughts and their ideas. But it's also a time when their sense of self, their senses of themselves are sort of blossoming. And I marvel in some ways at the ways that that's happening. That reveals more about who they are to me. That is to say, I knew they weren't blank slates. I knew there was more to them than what what my husband and I see or what our genes have imprinted. But that I really am fascinated with these human beings, and want to notice them really deeply, and not for the purpose of inspecting them or controlling their expression, but for really supporting their engagement of what they believe is most essential about themselves, and reinforcing their confidence in living that um, as fully as they dare. Um, and my last one that I will share um, is more presence with my husband in my marriage. I have realized just how foundational our union is to not only our children, but our parents, our family, our community. It's it's a taproot, and is a stabilizing presence and dynamic for us and for the communities that we are part of. But like all infrastructure, it's easy to rely on, but doesn't itself always get the attention that it needs. So, and because it works in this way, because our marriage works, it's so easy to be like, well, it works. Well, that's true. And giving our union special attention more attention and connection, especially since we are in the throes of responsibility, right? We're in the heavy lifting of the management of life. We're not in stages where we don't have as much of those responsibilities. We're not a younger couple. And we're in that sandwich, right, between the children and the parents. And we do a lot of support for both our elders and our young. And we need the attention and the care. So in 26, what I want to unfold is more room to care for that which cares for me so well. So less taking for granted that because things are strong, that they don't need reinforcement. And that's actually true not just for my marriage, it's true for me, right? I happen to be a fairly strong human being, and I need reinforcement, right? So those are some of the things that are coming to heart and mind. And the gravitational center for it all really is my walk with soul. I want to keep reinforcing that because I keep getting clearer about how my insides are absolutely the key to everything. What is within me is the key to everything. And it's not like I didn't know this message before, but somehow there's a different level of receptivity in me at this stage of my spiritual unfolding. Thanks for letting me share, Spirit Rising family.
Thank you for sharing, daughter. A leveling up. Yeah. A leveling up. Alignment of consciousness and collapsing that dichotomy. I am an expression of God, a thought in the mind of God. And the thought, the idea, never leaves its source. We are one with God and with each other. I'm listening to you as you shared and feeling this warmth and this love as is sage and wisdom of my own children, and connecting with the love I perceive and the unity of you and Celine. And it just warms my heart. Your love for your mother and your mother-in-law and all of that. I feel it. And I'm so thankful because as I look at my adult nieces and nephews, I too am amazed at who they are, who they have evolved to be. And I need to engage with those new images of who they are and expressions of who they are more than seeing them as the little niece and nephews that I love being around as the aunt. And step back and let them reinforce me. So thank you. Thank you so much, daughter. Thank you. Anybody else? How are you arriving this morning?
I can share.
Please do.
Hello,
Hello.
beautiful souls. I'm so delighted to be in this circle with each of you. So delighted. And And a special welcome to Samantha and Sherry and Wolf, who I don't know. So glad you're here. And Lizzie, I'm sorry I missed your sharing. My heart is so gladdened, Rebecca, to witness you rearrange the many beautiful pieces of your life to center you and Salim, to center the foundations, to center you and you, to center wellness and spaciousness. It just gladdens my heart and makes me feel like the world is all the more whole, all the more whole as you claim that. So I'm celebrating that. And what I am claiming is just the all is well of my life and of who I am, and that I can live each day already at home, already at peace, like just in the gift of what is, not resisting, but actually just like I'm already living the most beautiful life I could imagine. And I'm here imagining ever more beauty. But today I am living the most beautiful life I have yet to imagine. And I'm learning to just be in the gift of it and to let go of patterns of resisting what is. And I just got back from days with my family and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I just enjoyed the heck out of myself. I played more games in 2 days than I would normally play in 3 years. And I laughed hard and I did everything that the young people were doing. Even if I was like, I can't play another game, I'm like, I'm playing another game. And I just felt, this is my recovery from being like an uptight person or being someone that didn't know how to relax into life. Um, it made me feel so happy to spend so much time playing. And so today I'm just going to enjoy everything. I'm going to be in the gift of myself and the gift of all that is, and that's really my intention for the new year is just to be in the gift of what is, letting go of striving and letting go of that critical lens that has sometimes not only taken me out of the gift, but also prevents the flow through of spirit through me. I feel so blessed to be in this space. So blessed. I love you all. And I'm going to go out walking again because my phone is getting charged. I got to get outside. It's such a beautiful day.
It is. It is. And thank you. We love you too, Carolyn. We love you. And I am so glad you had a good time Thanksgiving with your family and then Christmas playing games with the younger people and enjoying yourself, just letting go. Yeah, I can identify with that critical lens because it does block the flow of energy and love. I am so happy for you, my dear. So very, very happy that you're living your best lives. You're living your best life. You and Michael, I just feel it, I just feel it. Yeah, I am so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anybody else like to check in? We're having a slow morning, which I needed because I had a hard time getting here. I had a hard time getting here, but I'm thankful to be here. So thankful. Anybody else?
Good morning, Mommy Irina.
Good morning, Eileen.
I would turn my camera on, but my personal laptop is under repair, and I'm using one of my old work laptops. And I realized that the reason why I stopped using it is because the camera doesn't work. So, yeah, but I normally would come on camera so I could be eye to eye with all of you, and it's been really misty and foggy, and uh I almost didn't go out last night to see a friend's jazz show. Um, some of you may know of Ratu Johnson on the north side of Peppa. Um, but he runs a jazz joint out of the first floor of one of his buildings. And I was like, it's so foggy. I don't know that I can brave the traffic, but I'm really glad that I went. It was really good to see him and Emma and celebrate a little bit of Kwanzaa with them. And uh, I am currently at my art studio, the old one in Old North, cleaning it out, which is both sad and uh, I guess like a good kind of grief. Like I feel good about turning a new chapter. But the actor still doesn't know what he's doing with the building, and I feel like we were preemptively kicked out. And my new spot is not as big, and even on a cloudy day like this, the natural light in here is amazing. Uh, but I am happy at the new location. The landlord, he is a furniture maker downstairs in the Carondelet Patch neighborhood, and he is getting us gift cards from Nikki's Pizzeria that serves Detroit style pizza at the Hill. So he's very sweet. And I haven't met the other studio mates yet, but they seem really nice. Uh, one is a painter, and the other one is some kind of fabric artist. Uh, and I'm arriving, kind of in this place where I feel like I am coming out of the fog, and I'm uh, attempting to clear the fog that I've been in with the perimenopause stuff, and learning about how to be with my cycles, and um, understanding that it's a pretty heavy topic, but I am trying to be more open about it, like that, I'm in a way mourning the loss of like not having children, and realizing that, if that was meant for me, I guess it would have happened, but I didn't meet the right person. And at the same time, embracing, like Adande was saying, like auntiedom and what does it mean to be the rich, fun auntie? I say rich very loosely, but I feel like I'm very rich in art and creativity and abundance of friends. And I feel very abundant in terms of like my connections, my access to food and to love, to like the important things in life. And I'm hoping that as we near the end of the 2025, um, I can I can continue to harvest that gratitude in kind of in spite of the challenges of this year. Uh, on the especially on the macro level, um, with many of the major issues that are challenging all of us, um, especially as a woman of color, as a queer woman of color, um, and And I feel fortified for the fight ahead because I'm taking stock of where I'm at, like on a personal level. I feel like that's really important that on an individual level that I rest and rejuvenate so that I can collectively be part of the fight and be part of um, the long-term vision that I believe that we all deserve to inhabit and to celebrate. So thank you, Mama Irina, for the beautiful prayers and Rebecca for your share and Lizzie and Carolyn. It's good to be with all of you.
And it's good to hear your voice in this space. You offered so much to us. I'm glad you got out last night. I don't know the guy's name, and I can't remember right now. Uh, Ratu Johnson, the Pepper Lounge. I never heard of it. Never heard of it. Um, um, and you celebrated Kwanzaa. Rebecca just wrote Ujima. Ujima. I always want to say something else, but anyway, today is the third day of Kwanzaa, and so we celebrate collective work and responsibility, and you are very much a part of that. Um, I know it can be sad leaving your old studio and moving into a new studio, but it sounds like um, you have a great community, a new family of artists, and you were talking about how the furniture maker gives out uh, coupons for pizza, and I know how you love pizza. I love pizza too. We share that love together, and I'm so glad that we can talk about perimenopause, and it's not a heavy topic for us, not for us as something that we share in this experience of being feminine, female at this time of our incarnation. And I love it that you're embracing Auntie Dumb, and you are rich. You have more than enough. Universe is always supplying more than enough. Yes. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you so much. We'll be praying for your fortitude through rest and rejuvenation so that you can continue the good fight. Be blessed, my daughter. Be blessed. Anyone else?
I'll stay, or just give me like 2 seconds. I'm parking.
Hi, Samantha. You're doing what?
I'm parking. I've been listening in, but
I got you percolated.
I can figure out how to turn on my camera. I'm doing it on my phone. I do, so it's kind of confusing too.
Well, I can't help you with that technology. There you are.
I got
Hi,
it.
Samantha.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good, good. Welcome.
So, you guys mainly just, I hope I'm in an open group. I think I found you a link on the website. I had reached out via email. I guess for me, like one of the things that it has been on my like every New Year's goal since I stopped going to like a traditional church is to like find more spiritual community that I don't have to feel so like I can just feel like I believe what I believe, and you might believe what you believe, and you believe that, and it's all fine. But so just not having that, I teach kids yoga and I do yoga, so I've tried to like find it there, and it's still really kind of hard to find there, like that same kind of community feel that I had when I was involved in church. So there's like part of church I liked, but there's like a part of church I don't like. So I'm just trying to find something that I guess gives me more spiritual community.
Well, we are glad that you are here Rebecca is our root teacher and founder of Empower Institute. That's her waving her hands at you. I am so glad. See, Spirit knows. Spirit led you right here. I can tell you personally, I too, and many of us left traditional church settings and we landed here. I have not left. I have not left, have not regretted um, leaving the organized church of my faith, growing up. Uh, and in this group, in this group, everyone is respected, heard. There's no judgment. You're safe and you're honored and respected. We would love to have you come back and be with us.
Thank
We're
you.
having, yes, we're having a big celebration. Rebecca, January the 23rd, is it? Would you speak to that and maybe, yes,
Indeed, indeed.
while
Well,
I run, I'm gonna run to the restroom back.
welcome, Samantha. We are
Hi.
delighted
Hi.
that you found us by way of the website. Wonderful. And Mama Love is correct. We have a all community gathering on January 23rd at the Deaconess Foundation, which is on North Vanderventer.
Okay. I know what it is.
And so, yeah. And so that gathering is an opportunity for folks who are involved in our community to just come and be with one another because there are lots of different ways that people connect to empower. So, Spirit Rising is our spiritual community of practice, and we are committed to our spiritual development and liberation. So, we believe that liberation is a fundamental condition, or at least should be, a fundamental condition of the human experience. And that our own spiritual development and unfolding, our spiritual curiosities, our connection and deep relationship with that which is at the core of who we are, um, and that which is at the core of being itself is liberatory. That there are ways that frees us from constraint and constriction. And so, in this community together, we explore what it means to grow in and with and through and for and as spiritual beings, and the implications of that for not only our personal development but our social transformation. So, one of our communities of practice is Spirit Rising. We also have another community of practice that is focused on healing, and specifically healing within community. So, as different from institutional based healing or individual healing, which is also important and necessary, but we are interested in the ways in which relationship can bring us into deeper states of wholeness and well being. And so we have another community of practice, the Black Healers Collective, and we have programs and we have retreat initiatives and all of the things. And however people know us, we're inviting them on January 23rd. Because at the heart of it, we are a community. Different doors for people to enter into that community, but we are a community. So it's the evening of January 23rd, I believe. And if you are interested in having an in-person experience, you're more than welcome to do so. And I believe that that's at Mama Love. I'm not looking at the invitation that Wolf sent out, but I think it's at 6 o'clock.
5:30.
5:30. Thank you. Thank you for that. Is that a Donde?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. See, look at that. 5:30. Deaconess Foundation, January 23rd. This is a Friday. And we'll eat and connect and have wonderful experiences with extraordinary people. So, welcome.
I
Thank
thought I
you.
asked for my email, but I can't find
You can't find your email?
the chat to type in my email.
Oh, okay. Well, here's something that you can do, Samantha. Since you found us on the website, if you, when you are able, you can go onto the website and it'll say like, connect with us, and you can enter your email that way and be added to the listserv if you're not able to do it in the chat, and we'll send out
Okay.
correspondence.
Got it.
Or you'll see
Thank
in
you.
the chat too is an email for Spirit Rising, and you can send us your information that way, so we can keep you updated. Should you want to be updated, right? No pressure. Our spirit here is one of invitation, right? There are enough pressures in life. May this not be one more of them. Mama Love, I'm turning it back over to
Thank you, Darcy.
You're so welcome.
There is an echo. I don't know what that is and how to eliminate it. Let me turn my volume down a little bit. Okay. Technology. Here we go. I'm back. So,
I think if everyone stays muted who's not talking, that helps. Just saying that out loud. Or, yeah, that's what I think
yeah.
helps with the echo.
Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you. And we hope to see you, Samantha, on January the 23rd at 5:30. It would be such an honor to connect with you in person. I have been a little homebound, but it is my intention to get out and join this community and the other communities involved with Empower Institute on that Friday evening. So we'll be looking for you, Samantha. I will anyway. And I'm sure other people will be too. There it is. January the 23rd at 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Deaconess Foundation. And all the details will be in the weekly email, Samantha, for your invitation. And hopefully we'll see you soon. Hopefully we'll see you next Sunday. So here we are. Here we are. Thank you all for your sharing and your reflections. They nourish my soul. I hope they nourish yours. A new dawning is coming. But first, we are invited to be still and to listen within for clarity. Listen in for the wisdom that it is needed now as we move into 2026. Now is the time of sacred space between the ending of something old and the beginning of something new. A promise of fulfillment of fresh beginnings. In this liminal space, we learn to sit with unanswered questions. We learn to sit in quiet contemplation and reflection. Octavia Rahim, in her book Pause, Rest, and Be, suggests that during this sacred time, we stop. We stop. We stop, really, really stop. She suggests that we go read, write, rest, walk, paint, cry, dance, love, sit in the rain, be with nature, grieve, connect with the source of your strength, call your elders, Pray, love, be transformed. Be transformed. Be ye transformed. This space between endings and beginnings are often filled with emotions, stress, anxiety, discomfort while in the waiting. We want to know. We can't wait. We want it right now. Moving from the unknown, from the known to the unknown, from the familiar to the unfamiliar can be stressful, can be frightening, can throw you off your square. In this liminal space, there is an energetic inhale and exhale. Let us take a few deep breaths. Let us inhale and let us exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You are no longer who you were, but you are not yet who you are becoming. You are not yet who you are becoming. Dr. Maya Angelou, that masterful, wise teacher, advised us to sit and listen to yourself. And in that quietude, you might just hear the voice of God. Sit, listen to yourself, and in that quietude, you might just hear the voice of God. In the ancient scriptures, the prophet Isaiah wrote, "And your ears will hear a word behind you saying, 'This is the way, walk in it.'" This is guidance for everyday decisions, big or small. Listen, and your ears will hear a word behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it." Be still. Be still. Moving into the light, the winter solstice reminds us that light does not arrive by force. It returns because darkness has done its work. Darkness has done its work. And as we cross this threshold from what was to what is becoming, know that light is returning. But slowly, the light is returning. This is a time not for force, but a time for intention, a time for listening and trusting. T.S. Eliot wrote, "What we call the beginning is often the end. And to make an end is to make a new beginning." Be still and know God is doing a new thing. So, once again, I ask you to pause and reflect and to respond to this inquiry. And Rebecca, would you type this into the chat for me, please? Why is the in-between often more uncomfortable? Why is the in-between often more uncomfortable? How does my body signal the need for rest? our inward attention? How does my body signal the need for rest or inward attention? You know, I think that when I am in between, the moving from the knowing to the unknowing, I'm in a state of resistance. I don't want to let go of what I know to make room for the new expression, or for the new whatever is coming. And I feel it. I'm so uncomfortable. And I think a lot of it might be just fear of the unknown. Uh, yeah, I think it's a lot of it may be fear. Going to the doctor, not knowing what the lab report is going to say, or the x-ray, um, calling a contractor and getting a estimate for repairs on the house. I hear something rattling in the car and I get all anxious, and it's the unknown that tends to unravel me. And when I'm there, my body, I feel this tension all in my shoulders and in my neck. There's a lump in my throat, and it just tells me that it is time for me to just pay attention and regulate my nervous system. Take a walk, go sit in nature, play some wonderful music, something that soothes my soul. So yeah, that's why my feelings of uncomfortableness shows up in this liminal space between the old and the new. Anyone else like to share?
I would like to lean in on this a little bit, and if there's an echo, is there an echo, you all?
No, but you're awfully low.
Okay, can you hear me? Is that better?
That's better.
Your question about why is the in between uncomfortable, often more uncomfortable. I know that for me, one of the things that liminal space does is it offers me a reminder of the impermanence of things. And we often say that people are creatures of habit. And there's a way that, the sort of predictable movements of my life are stabilizing, right? And I sort of know what to expect. But when I'm in liminal space, it's usually because a door has closed, a way of being, a practice, a habit, a health state, a whatever has ended, and the next state has not yet revealed itself. So in addiction space or in AA, they will say when one door closes, another one opens. But man, if you don't catch hell in the hallway, that liminal space is the hallway. It's the in between. The that which was is no longer, and that which it will be has yet to reveal itself. And in that space, I have to reconcile with life's impermanence. Right? There's a song, Everything Must Change. And the more I am aware of these changes, and not only the fact that they exist in extraction, but that they exist in my own life, in changes in my circumstances, conditions, consciousness, context, all of that, the clearer I am that I don't control it. So part of the discomfort of the liminal space is a reconciliation with my own lack of control of all of the outcomes of things. Now, it's an interesting conundrum because at the very moment that I get clear that I don't control it all, I'm also invited to tap into my creative essence. So let me say that in a different way. I don't control, but I can and do create. Liminal space is, for me, an inside job. It's an inside job. And part of the reason why I often reflexively want to hurry up and get out, because I want the solidity of the next thing. And the liminal space doesn't offer that. It's a developmental space. And there won't be often in the deepest liminal space I've had, there isn't a deliverance from there isn't like an immediate reprieve from being in that in between. There isn't a deliverance from being unmoored, because what I'm meant to do is to develop. And development is an inside job with outside expressions. So, and that inside job is very creative. I'm dancing with the mysteries in myself, the forces of life and nature and health and death and whatever kinds of liminalities, right? Whatever the dimensions of the liminal reality are, but that's a big piece to me of why I'm uncomfortable in that space. Again, I'm realizing that I don't control it all. I'm realizing that change is. I'm caught up in the midst of change. I've got this invitation to tap into my own creative essence, which I may or may not be in close relationship with. But the inside job is always seeking to activate and awaken and engage something within me. And that has creative implications. That is to say that helps to animate, enliven, energize, materialize, whatever it is that will, whatever it is that's next. It has to come through my own interior engagement and development. It needs to be supported by that. I don't know if I'm being as clear as I want to be. But that and the inside is so vast. It's far vaster than what I perceive to be is external. And I want answers, and the universe is telling me to steep in the mystery. Right? I want certitude, and the universe is inviting me to get creative. Right? Yeah, I want control, and the universe is making me acutely aware of the many forces and dimensions of being that influence my experience. In each way, it sort of befuddles it mucks up how I would normally make things happen or experience things, because it is inviting me to occupy more of the territory of being, and to at least notice it, to observe more of the territory of my own being. Um, and that's disconcerting, especially if we've been taught that what we are is this small patch of existence, right? A set of habituated responses to external stimuli. These ways that I do it this way because this is the way I've always done it. Liminal space jacks that up, because somehow the way I've always done it no longer fits. And the territory of being that I'm being encouraged to engage is much vaster. And whatever I've been taught are the boundaries or borders of that reveal themselves to be more porous than I've been taught or than I've practiced. That is to say, that in liminal space, I'll keep pushing and looking for the edge and the end, and I won't find it. I won't find it because the intent is for me to be, to be, which is a little different than to do and to have. It's to be, and to get in the thickness, more of the thickness of my being than I might otherwise do. And that's uncomfortable for so many. And for me specifically, because I can't speak for y'all. I can say that's uncomfortable for me. And it's such an extraordinary engine of growth. Like, you know, the me that emerges through that liminality, that grows through that interior, through that deep interior engagement, is mm, it's a beautiful thing. It's also scary sometimes, and all of that. But what comes out on the other end is not the me that went into the hallway, is not the me that comes out of the hallway. Whatever's on the other side of the hallway, the me isn't the same. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, and I'll stop in a minute, because so much of what gets us into liminality is a change in circumstance or condition or context, and often unwanted change. And so much of my reflexive response is to try to make circumstance, condition, and context be what I want it to be, control it in some way. Liminality befuddles that because I don't have the ability to control it in whatever predictable or practiced way I wanted, because it's not about the changing the circumstance and the conditions. It's about the inhabiting and deeper occupation of what I am. And it's the most interesting paradox that as I engage more of what I am, it has implications and impacts on my circumstances and conditions. So, and this is the last thing I'll say. I remember sitting with one of my spiritual teachers and her talking about that for so many of us, our operating system is do, have, be. If I do whatever, then I will have whatever. And if I have the thing and I've done the thing, then I am whatever. And what I find about liminality is it rearranges, it brings us into a different understanding of our own lives unfolding, which is be, do, have. Right? And I'm being invited to come back into being as foundational to my existence, being. And as I engage more of the territory of my being, more of the dimensionality of my being, perhaps aspects of self that have been occluded, or aspects of self that I'm afraid of, or aspects of self that are awesome or wondrous or scare me, but as I inhabit more of the dimensionality of myself, it has implications for what I do. And so my being different invites often shifts in my decision making, in my behavior, in my language, in my words, and that then unfolds different experiences. But liminality is always about being. And so much of my reflexive operating system is about doing. And I can't just do my way out of liminality. That really it's an invitation to keep being, keep being, keep being, keep being. And the more I'm in my beingness, the more my frames of reference might change or widen or shift or yeah. And then the doing might also catch up with that. But it usually requires a little time, Mama Love. It requires a little time because initially I'm trying to do what I used to do so that I won't be in the situation I'm in. And that old doing just doesn't work. And then I'd be trying some new doing, and that often doesn't work either if what I'm trying to do is bypass being. So those are some of my thoughts. Thank you for letting me think out loud with you, Spirit Rising family.
Thank you for thinking out loud. I can't even go back and even start paraphrasing any of it. It's just like, wow, that sounds like a leading for you, Rebecca. Soon, maybe take us through all that, because I do understand that it is the being that whatever that energy is inside of me that wants to be expressed, it will begin to guide me and lead me to the doing of what will bring that into manifestation and having all that maybe the universe has for me. Lizzie has to leave us now, and she just wanted to thank us for deep reflections, Rebecca, and thank you. You're welcome, Lizzie. Love to all. See you next year. Yes. So here we are, children. I did want to talk about intentionality. If anybody else would like to share how they are dealing with this liminal space and why it is more uncomfortable in the liminal space than in the space of what we think we know, the old behaviors and the old patterns. Well, I am going to move right on into the new year intentions. 2026. The next time we gather, it will be 2026. The start of a new year. You know, we always, and I do in the past, start the new year with big plans and high expectations. Uh, I'll exercise more regularly. I'll hit the gym 5 days a week. Yeah. I may have started strong, but by mid-February or March, I have lost my momentum. And I see it when you first go to the gym in January, the parking lot is filled. You can't even find a parking space. And then by mid-January or February, you know what I'm talking about, Sherry? Yes. It's like, oh, I can park anywhere. There are plenty of spaces here. So yeah, great expectations. I'm going to give up sugar, right? Yes, I'm going to give up sugar. But let me get stressed out. Let me feel some kind of fear or anxiety, anger. What do? I turn to something sweet for comfort. I'm going to save money. I'm going to save more money in the new year. I'm going to focus on self-care. Right. Life gets busy, expenses incur. Yeah, you want this, you want that. And before you know it, it's the end of the year. And you look at your bank account and you're like, wow, I didn't save as much as I had said I was going to save. Ah. Each year, we step into the new year with hope, desire, and the resolve to change. Real change doesn't happen because of a date on the calendar, but real change comes through small, quiet choices that we make every day, the baby steps toward our desires, the choices we make that reshape our mindsets, our habits, and how we respond to the world. And so in 2026, I want to look at, instead of having resolutions, let us look at making and writing intentions. Yes, intentions. An intention is a decision that who I want to be today. This is who I want to be. I intend to be this today. This is what I am choosing to practice, choosing to do. Simple, very simple. I will. But so powerful. And there's a lot of brain research out there about changing your neural pathways and creating new grooves as you shift in thoughts and expression of words and ideas. And intentions are like, setting boundaries, trusting your pace, speaking to yourself with kindness, focusing on what really matters, letting go and noticing what is already good. With those intentions that are consistent and those choices start to begin a change in your inner dialogue. They shift the energy to build a version of you that feels steadier, more intentional, and more in control of how you show up. Resolutions say, I will do X, and intentions say, I choose to live like someone who values X, Y, or Z. Resolution says, I will get to the gym every day. Intention says, I will honor my body with exercise to make it more fit and healthy. That shift matters. When behaviors flow from identity, it is more sustainable. You are not constantly focusing yourself. You are aligning. You are aligning with your core values. Intentions allow flexibility without failure. Resolutions are brittle and rigid. Miss a day at the gym, a week, and it feels like you're defeated. You let yourself down. People are looking at you and saying, yeah, right. Here we go again. Intentions are elastic. If you stumble, you don't fail. You simply return to what you are more likely to do or want to do. And you keep going instead of giving up. Intentions engage meaning, not willpower. Willpower is finite. Intentions tap into values, purpose, longing, spiritual and emotional truth. When something means something to you, you don't have to push as hard to remember and honor it. Those are just a few reasons research has for setting intentions and not resolutions for real change in the next year. So in 2026, I want you to think about what it is you want to hold closer. What simple practice could anchor this intention daily or weekly? Just a gentle reminder. An intention doesn't demand results. It orients you. You return to it again and again, especially when you forget. As we move into the new year, may we choose intention over pressure, allowing transformation to unfold one faithful step at a time. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Where your attention goes, energy flows. Intentions versus resolution. Are there any final reflections before I close us out with a blessing for the new year? Thank you, daughter. I just love that. I just love you too. Thank you, Sherry. Well, I'm going to pray us out. We have one more song. And I have something at the end I want to try, something new. So here we are in this liminal space, moving from 2025 to 2026, coming out of the winter season and moving into the light, showing up, days getting longer, barren trees. And we have a long time yet. I was just thinking about that. Spring is kind of far off, but I can anticipate. I can anticipate as we move through this winter into spring. So let us pray. Let me offer this blessing for the new year. As we step into 2026, may we release what no longer serves us. May we receive grace for the journey and walk with intention, trusting each step is held and guided. May we go with the blessing of light, the wisdom of reflection, and courage of new beginnings. May we step into the new year fully awake, fully alive, and fully open to all that awaits us. To all that awaits us. God is doing a new thing. Be still and know that God, our God, is in control. Adande, will you offer our last song for the morning?
All things are working for my good, yeah, 'cause he's intentional, never failing. I know that all things are working for my good, yeah, 'cause he's intentional, never failing. All things are working
for my good.
'cause he's intentional.
He's intentional,
Hey, and he's never failing.
never failing.
All things are working for my good.
For my good.
He's intentional.
He's intentional,
He's never failing.
never failing.
All things are working.
Things are working
Hey,
for
I
my
know that
good.
all things are working for my good. Yes, they are. Yeah, I know that all things are working for my good.
Things are working for my good.
All things are working for my good.
All things
Here's
are
why.
working for my good.
Yes, yes, yes. All things are working for my good. Carolyn, I knew that was one of your favorite songs. You introduced me to that song. I remember that. And Sherry, thank you, sweetheart. Please choose to live like someone who matters. And I'm sure that Rebecca will get back to you about how to, I hope Rebecca or Adande, someone, to how to make a donation to empower. Deep gratitude for all of you in this space. Adande said, Sherry, that she will get back to you on how to make a donation to Empower Institute. All right, family, I wanted to try something new. Instead of saying goodbye the way we normally do, I invite you to unmute and offer one word, just one word, to anchor our hearts and our minds, souls, and body as we move into the new year. I'll start, and I offer peace.
Wellness.
Attunement.
Reflection.
Balance.
Great.
And the greatest of these, yes, Sherry, love. Namaste, my children. Happy New Year. Happy
Namaste.
Kwanzaa. Love you all.
We love you back. Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you, Mama. You're
See you next
so nice.
week.
See you next week.
And Sherry. Blessed day.
Blessings upon everyone.